My name's Jack Thompson. Up until middle school, I wasn't involved in any clubs and didn't have anything I was particularly good at. But I figured that wasn't gonna cut it, so I worked hard on the high school placement test and got into a pretty decent high school. There, I focused on studying, as well as club activities to the fullest, both working hard pretty much every day. I thought I'd keep cruising through high school life like that and become a college student, but things suddenly changed the moment I became a sophomore. This cocky classmate I'd heard rumors about ended up in the same class as me. You're that Jack from the band club, right? Looks like your grades are pretty bad. Don't you think you shouldn't have time for music and stuff? That's none of your business, Mike. What I do at school is up to me. Don't come at me with that kind of stuff. Why you gotta talk back like that when we're just trying to be nice? You jealous cause we're beating you in grades? I'm already satisfied just getting into this high school, so I don't care about grades and I don't know everyone else's scores either. So just lay off about the studying stuff, alright? Come on, even if you're frustrated about losing to us, that's no way to treat your new classmates. Let's try to get along, yeah. If you really want to be friends, I'd appreciate it if you treat me a bit differently. Anyway, I couldn't care less about studying. No need to say stuff like that. We want to be friends with you, so why don't we study together after school and stuff? But if we study with a guy like this, he'll never be any use to us, right? I mean, he's way dumber compared to us. Ryan says that while laughing. Sure, I may not be as good at academics compared to the three of them, but since we're going to the same school, I don't think the difference in our abilities is that significant. Even so, being told stuff like this over and over just ain't right no matter how you look at it. That said, I figure if I say that, they'll just get even more full of themselves. But I thought I couldn't keep putting up with this, so I decided to express my feelings a little bit. I don't really care what you say about me, but if you look down on someone who goes to the same school as you, doesn't that make you guys dumb too? Why do you interpret it like that? Any way you look at it, it's cause you didn't work hard enough after getting in, so you're dumb compared to us. Get it? Honestly, I don't really get what you're saying. I mean, we got into the same school with similar test scores, so I don't think there's that much difference in our abilities. I get you want to think you're the same as us, but no matter how you look at it, we're smarter. Why don't you just admit you're useless? I'd totally admit it if I thought so myself, but since we're the classmates, I don't think there's that big a difference, so that's the one thing I can agree with. You've got some nerve talking to us like that. How self-centered can you be? You should stop that, it's embarrassing. I don't know what kind of values you have, but I think it's more embarrassing for three people to gang up on one person and say nasty things. I get that you want to talk back because you're frustrated, but while we're maintaining top grades in our batch, you're actually the top performer among the worst academic performers. You know, sure, my academic skills might be lower, but as a human being, aren't I better? I don't look down on people like this. You're getting real cocky for a guy named Jack. If you keep up that attitude, we're not gonna stay quiet, you know. I really didn't want to say stuff like this either, but you three keep saying the same things, so I had no choice but to share my opinion. Looks like I set them off by expressing my feelings. There's a good chance they'll become even more persistent than before. Just thinking about it makes me dread my future school life. I was able to enjoy my freshman year, but it looks like sophomore year's gonna be tough. While I was worrying about that, rumors about me started spreading through our batch. Apparently, the three of them got pissed off by my attitude and are spreading false stories about me. See what happens when you go against us. We've spread rumors that you've been bad-mouthing everyone behind their backs. I bet people are starting to hate you now. Why should I have to deal with this crap when I haven't done anything to you guys? I've never talked bad about anyone. It doesn't matter if you actually said anything bad or not. Our goal is just to make people hate you. And our plan's working, the rumors are spreading just fine. Now that they've gotten this far, you probably won't be able to have the same school life as before. This is what happens when you go against us. Got it? I never meant to rebel against you three. I just told you how I really felt because you kept saying things I didn't like. That attitude pisses us off too. You're trying to show off that you've got a fulfilling life outside of studying and looking down on us, right? How the hell did you come to that conclusion? Anyway, just leave me alone already. I don't have any feelings towards you three. You think you can just get away with saying that? Once you've pissed us off, we're going to keep getting revenge on you. You don't have to go out of your way to do that. Besides, no matter how much you try to bully me, I'm not going to break as easily as you think. When I said that, the three of them went off somewhere laughing. And the next day, the rumors they had spread got even worse, and I noticed people whispering wherever I went. It's too late for me to explain myself now that things have gotten this bad, so I decided to give up. Still, I think it's messed up that they're treating me this awful. Thinking about all that, I kept enduring and just waited for graduation. After enduring a year and a half of harassment, graduation day is finally approaching. You managed to graduate without quitting school despite all the harassment from us. I'll give you credit for that grit. But you never caught up to us academically, so I guess it proves you're useless after all. That's why you ended up getting harassed. No matter how bad my grades were, that doesn't make it okay to harass someone. You really made my high school life hell. You kept putting up with it. That's why we harassed you till graduation. If you'd just apologized to us earlier, it would have been over. Why should I apologize to you three when I didn't do anything wrong? If I'd done something bad, I would have apologized right away. You should apologize for acting like we're equals when our grades are higher. Can't you even understand that? You're hopeless. Someone like you probably won't amount to much in society either. It's embarrassing to graduate from the same high school as you. No one knows what'll happen after we start working, right? Anyway, I'm gonna work hard to contribute to my company and try to get promoted. Someone like you who can't even study properly is gonna struggle in society too. We'll be on the fast track to success though. I might have a tougher time than them since I'm going straight into work while they're continuing their education. But we're all gonna be working hard in our own ways, so I think the best thing would be to support each other. However, it seems they don't share that mindset and just keep looking down on me. While they were working hard at studying, I was putting in effort elsewhere. So why do I have to be told things like this? Thinking about all that, I graduated and got my job. My department head, Mr. Parker, really takes care of me as a new high school grad hire. It must be tough just out of high school, but feel free to ask me anything you don't understand. Don't hesitate at all. Thank you so much for saying that. I had such a tough time in high school, so I'm really happy to be treated kindly. The high school you graduated from is pretty good, right? From what I know, most of their students go on to college. Why did you choose to work instead of continuing your education? Actually, I was bullied by 3 classmates. That trauma made attending school difficult, so I opted to work instead of going to college. Oh boy, so that's what your school life was like. I thought you chose to work because you had such a great time in school and were ready to move on. If I'd had that kind of school life, I'm sure I would have gone to college to enjoy it more. But the reality was the complete opposite. Sorry for making you recall painful experiences. This company is full of good people, so I'm sure they'll take good care of a young guy like you, Jack. I can already feel that. In high school, I was bad-mouthed almost every day, so just not having to deal with that makes me feel really happy. Seems like you have a really low threshold for happiness, huh? If that's the case, you'll probably find this office to be a great place for you. Of course, work can be tough too. I can easily find things that I'm enthusiastic about, so I think I'll get used to the job quickly. I'll do my best not to cause any trouble. To be honest, because I'd had such a painful time in school, I thought I might struggle in society too. But contrary to my expectations, everyone's being really kind to me, so it looks like I'll be able to work happily. Still, I can't relax yet since I don't know what might happen. I don't want to let my guard down and get betrayed later, so I think I'll keep working while staying cautious. While I was working with those thoughts in mind, the department head called me in. It's impressive how well you've adapted to the job so quickly as a rookie. I guess that's what you'd expect from someone who went to a good high school. Thank you. Personally, I feel like I can do even more. It's great that you have such a drive to improve. I think you clearly have more potential for growth than our other employees. To be honest, I had such a tough time in school that I got sick of studying, but the environment here is so good that I'm enjoying working. I'm glad to hear you say that. But don't push yourself too hard, okay? If anything's troubling you, feel free to talk to me about it. Thank you. Just knowing I can rely on someone is really comforting. You really did have a tough time, huh? The fact that you made it to graduation shows your extraordinary resilience and mental strength, Jack. I can't quite describe myself, but I hate losing to others, so I want to work hard to ensure I don't fall behind. We have a lot of employees here, so I'd be happy if you could work even harder for the company to become our best employee. I'm still new and there's a lot I don't know, but I want to get used to the job quickly and surpass all the other employees. When I declared that, everyone applauded. Apparently, I'd gotten louder without realizing it while I was focused on the conversation. It seems the employees who heard me were applauding to show their support. Since I made that declaration in front of the employees, I have no choice but to keep working hard. Of course, that was my plan from the start, but now I really can't back down. With that in mind, I worked my hardest, and after 6 months, I was called in by the department head again. Thank you for your time. It's been 6 months since you joined the company, and I'm sure you've learned a lot about the job in that time. Yes, I've learned a lot from you, Mr. Parker, and I plan to keep learning more. You've been growing at an incredible pace these past 6 months, and you're still maintaining that drive to improve. I thought you might be running out of steam by now. Personally, I feel like I'm finally getting used to the job, so I want to aim even higher. I see. You really are impressive, Jack. Well then, how about we give you a big project? If you succeed, I think you'll gain a lot of recognition. What kind of project is it? We have a significant business negotiation coming up for the company, and I think it'd be a great learning experience for you. I'd like you to come along. At first, you don't have to do anything. Just observe and tag along. That's fine, but is it really okay for someone like me to come along? Won't I be in the way? Everyone starts out not fully understanding the job and gradually learns from their superiors. So we don't see subordinates as being in the way. All right then, I'll do my best. By the way, you mentioned it's a pretty big negotiation. Is there anything I can do to help? The preparations for this negotiation are already done, so you don't need to do anything special. Thanks for offering though. I'm really happy to get this opportunity when I hadn't been with the company long. There aren't many high school grads here, and I'm the youngest, so maybe they're trying to give me various experiences. Whatever the reason, I'm honestly glad they're taking care of me. The day of the negotiation Mr. Parker mentioned came, and I went along. I'd been to small negotiations before, but this was my first time at a full-scale one, so I was nervous. Mr. Parker seemed to sense my nervousness and kindly spoke to me. You look really nervous, but don't worry, Jack. You don't have to do anything. To be honest, I'm pretty nervous myself. Even you'd get nervous, Mr. Parker. I know I'm not doing anything, but I'd feel bad if I got in the way. I understand feeling tense at first, but that kind of nervousness can be sensed by the other party as well. It'd be better if you could appear a bit more relaxed. I didn't expect you to be nervous too, so that actually makes me feel a bit better. I'm human too, so of course I get nervous. But we can't let that show, so we have to switch into business mode. Being able to switch like that really seems like a veteran skill. I hope I can do that someday. You're younger than everyone else and have a high capacity to learn, Jack, so I think you should keep taking on all sorts of challenges. Youth is something you can't buy with money, after all. I used to think my youth was a disadvantage, but Mr. Parker is right. I decided that since I lack sales skills, I'll use my youth to contribute to the company. And having decided that, I kept my mind working hard during the negotiation to absorb as much as I could. Just like Mr. Parker told me. After the negotiation, Mr. Parker praised me. You seemed to be thinking hard during the negotiation. What were you thinking about? Oh, sorry. I was desperately trying to remember your negotiation techniques. I see. So that's what you were concentrating on. I thought maybe you'd realized how challenging negotiations can be and were thinking about your future. Honestly, when I first joined a company and was assigned to the sales department, I was worried about my future. But meeting you made me want to aim higher. I'm glad you feel that way. I'm looking forward to seeing what you'll do next. I'm really happy Mr. Parker said all this to me. From his expression, I can tell he's speaking sincerely. If he has such high expectations for me, I want to keep producing results and show my gratitude to him. What I can do now is keep working with all my might. So I developed my own style based on my senior's methods and started to achieve results. Noticing this, Mr. Parker called me in again. Looks like your sales performance has been good lately. Our company has a performance-based pay system, so I think you can look forward to your next paycheck. Right, I remember being told that in the interview. Recently, I've been accompanying various people on negotiations, and I feel like I'm gaining some skills. It's impressive that you're able to produce such results in just a few months. I've never seen someone grow this fast. Thank you. I think I've been able to grow this much thanks to your advice about making the most of my youth. The fact that you can take advice and put it to use right away shows how capable you are, Jack. Thank you very much. I'd forgotten, but this company has performance-based bonuses. So the more results I produce in sales, the higher my salary gets. I don't want to focus too much on money because it might make my work sloppy, but I think it's a good indicator of how well I'm doing. So I want to keep working hard for the sake of my salary too. I kept working with these thoughts in mind, and before I knew it, several years had passed. It seems my former classmates were about to graduate from university, and a class reunion was being organized. I'm working now, but I decided to attend anyway. The three troublemakers approached me. We didn't think you'd show up. You're already working, so why are you casually attending this reunion? What's wrong with coming if I got an invitation? I haven't seen any high school friends in a while, and I wanted to see how everyone's grown. Don't give us that. You're really here because you're struggling at work and no one invites you out for drinks, right? You're lonely. Actually, everyone at my company is nice and always invites me out for meals and drinks. I just came today on a whim. You say you wanted to see your high school friends, but you didn't have any friends, did you? Don't tell me you came to see us. Yeah, I can imagine Jack being close with anyone. I only remember us picking on him constantly. Seriously, why did you come? I did have friends in high school. Don't say things like that. It's disrespectful to my friends. Don't get so emotional. You're a working adult now. You should know better. Can't you even understand that? Are you still a high schooler? Jack's a piece of crap, so he probably can't even succeed at work, right? That's why he hasn't grown at all. Why do you keep saying such awful things? I didn't really want to come to this reunion, but I decided to show up anyway. You became a working adult 4 years earlier than us, but it looks like we're still smarter. You wasted those 4 years. I don't understand why you need to say such things. It's embarrassing to admit, but I think I'm doing pretty well at my company. I don't know what company you joined, but if someone like you is considered competent there, most of the employees must amount to nothing. The three of them haven't changed at all, even though we're meeting after so long. I heard rumors that they got into famous universities, but it seems they haven't gotten any wiser. What they're saying hasn't changed at all since high school. They just keep looking down on me. I thought they might have grown a bit, so it's really disappointing. Since we were meeting after several years, we decided to talk about work. By the way, we've already secured jobs. It seems the incompetent people around us haven't gotten anything yet, but we're talented, so we got offers right away. I see. That's good that you've found jobs. Don't say it like that. It's pitiful for Jack. He joined a company that only hires high school grads, working every day for low wages while gritting his teeth. Actually, my company has performance-based bonuses, so honestly, the pay isn't that bad. Even if it's a company with performance bonuses, someone like Jack who can achieve anything probably can't earn a single cent, right? By the way, the company we're joining also offers performance bonuses like yours, but we expect to earn quite a bit next year. Our salaries are higher than most, and unlike you, we'll easily make $150,000 annually. It might be a reality you find hard to believe, though. The three of them say this while laughing. They seem to think my salary is low because I'm a high school graduate. At this point, I decided to tell them the reason I came to this reunion. You see, I had something I wanted to tell these three. Your salaries are around $50,000, considering your early career status, right? And since you're not in the sales department, I don't think you'll be receiving performance bonuses. What are you talking about? There's no way you'd know our salaries. You're proving that a scared puppy won't stop barking. Even if you somehow knew the company we're joining, there's no way you'd know what department we're assigned to. You're just putting on a brave face. I was planning to tell you 3, but the company you're joining is the one I work for. That's why I know your salaries." When I said this, the 3 of them seemed incredibly surprised and fell silent. They're probably panicking because they were lying to look down on me, but now they can't do that anymore. Still, I think their lie was too obvious, since there's no company that would pay $150,000 annually to a fresh graduate. Even if I didn't work for the same company, they probably would have realized it was a lie. There's no way you're working for the same company as us. Why are you telling such an obvious lie? Are you that frustrated about losing to us? Tyler's exactly right. Don't say such unbelievable things. Unlike you, we got into a good company. The other day, I heard from the department head that new employees were joining, and when I asked for their names, they matched yours. When I mentioned that you were my classmates, my boss asked me to look into you. There's no way that could happen. We didn't get jobs right out of high school like you did. We secured positions at reputable companies. I even verified their resumes, so there's no mistake. Are you really that upset about being at the same company as me? Unlike you, we studied hard, so why should we be earning the same salary as you? That just doesn't make sense. Well, I'm in the sales department, so I can earn quite a bit with performance bonuses. So even though we're in the same company, my salary is higher. How is that fair? In that case, why don't we transfer to the sales department right away and outperform Jack? Yeah, we're definitely more capable than Jack, so we'll be able to surpass his salary in no time. Right. As soon as we join, let's transfer to the sales department. Unfortunately, our company doesn't usually do transfers, and even if they did, you'd have to spend a few years at a branch office in the countryside to learn the job in the new department. No way. The 3 of them seemed quite flustered as things aren't going the way they expected. From what I heard from others, they partied too much during university and ended up not getting into the prestigious companies they aimed for. So the only offer they managed to get was from our company, which is why all 3 of them are coming to work here. If you're joining our company, I'll make sure to tell the department head about our high school days. It seems your personalities haven't changed at all. Please don't do that. If you do, we'll be finished before we even start. Do you think it's okay to do that? We managed to fool them during the interview, so keep quiet about it. I think the ones who spread false rumors and kept bullying me in high school are more in the wrong. So, I'm going to make sure to let them know. Oh no. The 3 of them collapsed to their knees on the spot, probably thinking their careers as working adults were over. Still, I think it's the consequence for what they've done to me. They should take their own medicine, as I see it. When I informed the company about our high school days, an uneasy atmosphere began to spread as soon as the 3 of them joined. Sensing the discomfort and feeling out of place, they quit the company shortly after starting. I'm now performing well enough to earn significantly from performance bonuses, and I plan to continue working hard for the company moving forward.